Welcome back to Midwest Access. Well, Dr. Stephen Lansing and Colonel Wayne Quist are co-authors of Veterans in Crisis, Volume 3, and they will be debuting their latest book during the annual Defeat of Jesse James Days in Northfield. And we're so lucky to have both of them on the show today.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes, it has been a pleasure. We have been chatting it up before the segment here. And so let's start with Jesse James Days and the release of this third book.
Well, I was in treatment with Dr. Lansing 4 years ago.
Okay.
And asked Steve, what happened to soldiers in other wars? How about the Greeks and the Romans, the wars of the Bible? He said, well, why don't you find out?
Yeah, first time I had a client do the homework I gave him.
He actually did the homework.
So the upshot was we wrote Volume 1, which is a
Wow.
history of PTSD going back literally to the beginning of time.
Wow.
And then we wrote Volume 2, which is a shorter book that's a true story about a World War II veteran who was in the Battle of the Bulge. He was my uncle. He was in the Owatonna Orphanage, and we'll be telling Joe's story in Owatonna on October 18th.
We are going to talk more about that event too, so put October 18th in your brain, on your calendar, and we're going to talk some more about that event.
But on the Jesse James story, I'm from Northfield, went to grade school, high school, and college in Northfield, graduated years and years ago. And I've written quite a bit about Jesse James.
Okay.
Because our family settled west of Northfield in a small community called Millersburg. And Nicholas Gustafson had just come over from Sweden and was killed in Northfield during the robbery.
Okay.
And as a result, we've been able to establish a museum in Millersburg called the Millersburg Schoolhouse Museum across from Booney's Grill. And we tell the story of Nicholas Gustafson and the Northfield bank robbery. And when I got into PTSD, I said to Steve, look at what happened during the Civil War. 800,000 dead. In the case of our current generation, since 9/11, we've had 7,000 killed in action, but we've had 300,000 suicides.
Wow.
4 times the nation.
Yeah, and that pretty much plays. When I came back from Vietnam, 58,000 and change is what they have on the wall and what they talk about, but it's actually probably tripled that as far as actual. And it still happens, because I work with Vietnam vets in therapy that are still struggling with suicidal ideation as those demons come back. They've been there for 60 years.
What's important for people to understand is that we've printed about 18,000 copies of our books. We've given away the entire first volume, and we're raising funds to reprint Volume 1, which we consider to be our Bible. We've given away 7,500 copies through the 12 counties around Rochester to veterans organizations, to police and firemen, because first responders suffer as well. And Dr. Lansing and his wife, Ann, who's a registered nurse, mental health professional, are writing Volume 4, which will tell the impact on families.
And how to work with it in terms of what they call transfer trauma. I have PTSD, but my wife gets transferred my PTSD and has to change her whole lifestyle to keep with the triggers that are impacting me.
And the other thing that Steve and Ann do, they provide free couples therapy.
Wow.
And
I had no
on
idea.
Mondays, and the rest of the week, Dr. Steve sees 20 to 25 patients free.
Wow.
All of our staff is volunteer, and that's with the nonprofit, and we're able to do that. We're both, I'm 80% disabled, Wayne is 100%. Retired, this is how we do retirement, you know, it's the best way.
This is your retirement.
This is our mission. And we believe that we are doing God's work in spreading our message and giving our books away free. They're available for sale on Amazon. And we encourage people to buy a copy of the book and give it to a veteran or to a first responder. All proceeds go not to us, but to the nonprofit
Oh, cool.
for the benefit of veterans and to meet our goal, which is suicide prevention.
Yeah.
It's so important. And so we're going to actually talk a little bit more with these two gentlemen when we return, because like I said, we've got a lot to cover. So stick with us. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Midwest Access. We are continuing the conversation here with Dr. Steve Lansing and Colonel Wayne Quist, who are co-authors of the Veterans in Crisis, Volume 1, 2, and 3. 3 will be debuting here soon at the Defeat of Jesse James Days in Northfield. But we wanted to talk a little bit more about your nonprofit, Veterans Empowered. And so share with us a little bit about what that is and what your mission.
When I was in treatment with Steve 4 years ago, I didn't realize it, but he and Ann were selling their practice.
Oh,
He's been treating veterans and others for almost 50 years.
wow.
And when I learned that, probably after about a year of getting to know them,
Yeah.
I said, Steve, what are you going to do? He said, well, I don't know.
You can just watch so much YouTube, you know.
This is true.
And I said, let's form a nonprofit.
Wow.
We'll publish Volume 1. We were writing the book at the
Okay.
time, and our thought was we were just going to give, produce 1,000 copies
Yeah.
and hand them out to our friends in the Legion and VFW. Well, we formed the nonprofit.
Cool.
We have 12 members of our board of directors, all disabled veterans.
Wow.
And we have all become apostles of Dr. Lansing.
You never knew you were going to have
what a heavy burden, you know.
Truly, yeah,
so-
truly. But what an amazing thing
Yeah.
you're doing for the community at large, and especially the veterans themselves and their families.
He saves lives.
Yeah.
He saved my life.
Wow.
We estimate that he has saved 12 lives this year.
Wow.
We had a
Yeah.
call in December from a man who said he was a Marine, said he was homeless. And Steve has been seeing him every month, every Monday since
Yeah.
Oh,
then.
wow.
And he's got now has housing because he came out. He'd been through a real rough patch, and he'd been to prison. He just got released from a prison in Texas, and they just kind of basically kicked him out the door. And now he's here. He has no ID, no meds, no place to live. And so we were through him connecting with Wayne, connecting with myself, connecting with Lance Garwick, who's the Yellow Ribbon coordinator out in Red Wing, who got him, they have a hotel that's been donated to use with Yellow Ribbon, and then coming to Rochester, where he's now, MacV has a house over by Silver Lake that they have for veterans, and seeing that, and then in the process of trying to restore his broken marriage that he had from before, so we're now seeing him and his ex from there. He started going to church. I mean, there's a whole plethora of things that are going on.
And Steve has reunited him with his former wife.
Yeah,
And
so
they meet on Mondays in couples therapy.
That is so cool. And your wife
Good mission.
she does the therapy with you.
yes,
correct?
we work with couples together. We may be the only husband-wife marriage counseling team in Rochester. I do individually. She's retired as well, and she has rheumatoid arthritis, so it's a little limited there. But we work with about 6 couples a week that we have, veterans and some that are others, but primarily veterans. So.
Okay, that's amazing. So, how do people get in touch with you? We like I said, we just scratched the surface, but your passion just shows through. So, we want to tell people how they can connect with you.
We've got a website,
Okay.
www.vetsempowered.org.
Okay.
Our office is at 7th and 11th Northwest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our QRC code is on the flyer,
Perfect.
and hopefully
Yeah.
people will do that.
Yes.
Yeah, and if they leave a message, it's connected straight into my email. So
Okay.
that will go that way, and that's the easiest way.
Okay, so the email works well. We want to make sure that you not only hear about these resources, but that you can connect with your mission and what you guys
I
are
think
doing.
it's
Thank you.
important that people understand that we do not profit from this
Yeah.
individually at all. We're all retired,
Yeah.
and we're all giving back to fellow veterans.
That's so cool. That is,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable what you're doing. Thank you, guys.
What else could we be doing? And that's the thing.
Well, like
That's
you
the
said, there's
mission.
only so much YouTube you can watch.
Yeah, right.
Thank you guys so much for being
Appreciate
on the
it.
show today. Be sure and connect with them. There's so many veterans here that have served so honorably, and we want to make sure that we're connecting and honoring them right back.